What's up, everybody? You probably wondered, how do you cut vegetables fast like they do on TV? Like they go crazy with it like a bionic man. I think a lot of it depends on what you're comfortable with for a knife, and it has to have some weight to it. You could buy heavier knives, you could buy lighter knives, and it also depends on the shape of the knife. I like this. This is my favorite knife here. We have a few other ones around and stuff, but this is my favorite knife. It's pretty old, and it works best with me. It's a chef's knife. I think it's a 10-inch. I'm not sure, but I've always used this one. And another secret is a sharp blade. Gotta have a sharp blade. And two, I use this cutting board. This is a wood cutting board. My wife, she uses this big honking thing. It's like a marble granite thing. And I don't like to use those because that will dull the blade so fast. But she likes to use it because it's easier to clean up. Well, you're always sharpening your knives too. I always use a wood cutting board. So I'm going to get some vegetables and show you how to cut. All right, naturally you can use these. You can use whatever you want to use. A cucumber, any kind of vegetables you want to use. This is what I used. Where I learned to do this was I worked at a Japanese restaurant for like 4 years, and I went from job to job, and they showed me how to cut. And actually, he's still in business, and he's been doing it for 30 years at that time. So it's a little bit over 50 years he's been doing it, and he showed me how to do it. And a lot of people make the mistake of holding. I was just cutting some radishes, holding the knife or holding the food wrong. Don't go like this. Don't ever put your fingers like that, because that's how you get the tips of your fingernails cut off. See, you keep your hands back and take your time and go like this, but it's going to take you a long time. But you wanted to cut fast, so always hold your fingers like this and like that onto the food, and you can just inch it down as you go. You want to keep the blade up against your knuckles. Don't put your fingertips out. Keep your blade up against your knuckles and slide it up and down your knuckles. That way you won't get your fingertips cut off. So you can just go, just work your way down. See, that's how you do it. I mean, the more you do it, the more consistent your cuts will be. I'm not a perfect chef, but I was at that one time. I used to cut it really good. You got to cut a lot of vegetables. You got to learn how to do it fast. You're not going to be sitting there goofing around. That's all you do, is slide it up against your fingers. And another way to cut your celery or whatever is to rock it back and forth. That's why I like an edge, like what the heck they call that? A knife blade that's like rounded like that. So when you cut through, it'll cut all the way through what you're cutting. And you can either also cut like this, but you want to do it the same way. You know, but I'm rubbing it up against my finger here. It's a little slower. You probably use it for like scallions, or you do it this way for like, you know, herbs and stuff. You can cut through it really quick, but make sure you get one with an arc on it so it'll cut all the way through and it won't have pieces stuck together. Next, I'm going to show you how to cut mushrooms. And mushrooms are pretty easy too. So they're round and you can't really, you know, hold on to it. So what you want to do is just cut off a flat spot, and then you can hold it. The taller it is, the harder it's going to be to cut. So you make it flat a little bit and then go back and... But once again, take your time down to the end. You won't cut your thumb or finger or anything like that. But just take your time. As you do it, you'll get faster, progressively get faster. You can knock off a couple pieces and go down and then turn it over. Only then some people, if you want them chunks, if you want big pieces, cut off here and then roll it around. You know, just take your time and roll it. Cut off a flat spot, chop, chop. You know, chop, chop. You want big, thick pieces. That's what you do with there. So this is going to go good with some eggs in the morning. I like bigger pieces instead of the smaller pieces. More flavor. Like you said before, if you have a lot of stuff to cut, you're going to have to learn how to cut fast. So there you go. That's how you cut. I mean, it's any knife that you're comfortable with. I think it has to be a little bit, has a little bit of weight to it. So when you're cutting, when you're pushing a knife through it, it'll go all the way through. Don't want to use a lighter knife. I like something with some weight to it. So there you go. That's how you cut fast. Remember, keep your fingers the heck away from that blade, man. Use your knuckles up against your knuckles. Thanks for watching.